Should you buy or skip the DJI Osmo Pocket 3? I've been using this pocket-sized camera for the past few weeks to help you decide if it's worth $519. The Osmo Pocket 3 is DJI's third update to the lineup that makes capturing smooth, high-quality content easy and fun. It's marketed as a pocket-sized camera with built-in stabilization that's great for filming everything from fast-moving action shots, vlogging, or cinematic shots without the need of a traditionally bulky setup. I've used its two predecessors, and this year we see some of the biggest performance upgrades, though it does come at the expense of increased size and a much higher starting price. In the past, these small all-in-one gimbal cameras have been great for more casual video content, but they've been held back by their smaller sensors, which struggle in low light or high contrast scenes. That said, DJI has really stepped it up this year, and the Osmo Pocket 3 feels like a more professional tool that can either be a really reliable A camera or easily be used alongside your other mirrorless cameras. But is it worth the money? The first reason I think you should buy the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is because of its larger 1-inch CMOS sensor. Now, compared to 2020's Pocket 2's 1/1.7-inch CMOS sensor, the Pocket 3 is able to capture better video and photos, especially in low light where its predecessor and most of the competition continues to struggle. But aside from the increased brightness and detail and lower noise, the Pocket 3 can now change its focus point, allowing you to get that nice, shallow depth of field that you'd expect with higher-end mirrorless cameras.
I mean, the focus point is like really good. I think that gives you like more of that professional look.
Whereas the previous Osmo's video quality was more on par with smartphones, the Pocket 3 is now more comparable to, say, a small point and shoot, but of course, with the added benefit of a built-in gimbal with powerful subject tracking. The next reason you should buy the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is its support for higher frame rates and more professional picture profiles. We can now shoot crisp, slow motion in 4K 120 frames per second, while the Pocket 2 maxed out at just 4K 60 FPS. For a lot of creators though, the other big advantage comes with D-Log or HLG, which allows for increased dynamic range and more flexibility in the post-color editing. If you don't mind the extra effort, this really helps you dial in your look. A final reason you should buy the Pocket 3 and something everyone can appreciate is its longer battery life and super fast charging speeds. It has a larger 1300 milliamp battery that can easily get you 2 to 2.5 hours on a single charge, depending on what mode you're filming in. I usually manage to get a full day of use when shooting a mix of shorter clips and a few 1 to 2 minute longer ones at 4K 24 or 4K 120 frames per second. It now also supports fast charging to 80% in just 16 minutes and 100% in 32 minutes. If you don't mind splurging a little bit more, you can also extend your runtime by about 60 minutes with this optional battery handle. There are several other things that make the Osmo Pocket 3 an excellent tool for content creators, but there are also a few reasons this might not be worth your money. The first reason you might want to skip out on the Osmo Pocket 3 is because it's relatively expensive now. Considering that you can buy a renewed Pocket 2 creator combo for half the price, which comes with a battery grip, a wireless mic, and a bunch of other handy accessories, you may want to second guess if the newer model is worth that extra cash. You now have to cough up $669 to get the Pocket 3's creator combo, which is putting it into a very premium category and no longer the easy, affordable pick it once was. For more casual users, you can probably stick with the Pocket 2, and you won't miss out on much. I also think the Osmo Pocket 3 isn't necessarily the right choice for someone looking for a camera that prioritizes portability and simplicity. Now, don't get me wrong, the Pocket 3 is still very much both of those, but it's worth mentioning that it sees a noticeable size increase and is now about 60 grams heavier than its predecessor. With its larger sensor, its more usable rotatable screen, and of course that bigger battery, I think this is worth the trade-off, but for a lot of people, it might not be. Tied in with this, as great as D-Log and HLG picture profiles are, to make the most of them, they need more time to color grade in order to look right. Personally, this is one of my favorite parts of the edit, but for those who just want something that looks great out of camera, the advantages of the Pocket 3 are less realized when just sticking to that standard picture profile. Finally, if you're someone who is either after more of a point and shoot or a dedicated action camera, the Osmo Pocket 3 and similar all-in-one cameras may not be the best choice. A point and shoot will usually have the advantage of a true optical zoom and higher pixels for better still images. Similarly, as great as the stabilization offered by its gimbal is, for intense action, an action camera like the Osmo Action will go a long way. Aside from their increased ruggedness and waterproof rating, they offer far more mounting options without worrying about the camera falling off. The Osmo Action may not be as impressive in low light, but it has incredible stabilization and even has the same 10-bit D-Log-M with the added benefit of a wider field of view, if that's something you're after. If it were me spending my $519, I would buy the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. The improved picture quality with better low light performance and increased dynamic range, combined with its support for creating a more pro image, not to mention also its longer battery life, faster charging speeds, and its larger rotatable screen are all worth the premium asking price compared to its predecessor. While the Pocket 3 is no longer the simple recommendation that it used to be, for anyone looking for an affordable, fun, and capable camera, the 3 offers so much more now. With its super deep discounts though, the Pocket 2 is more appealing than ever. But if you see yourself needing a combo gimbal camera with some of the best video quality that you can get in this form factor, the Pocket 3 has raised the bar. Either way, I've linked the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 in the description if you're interested, and included some of the best deals that you can find today on the Pocket 2, so you can check those out as well. As always, you can see the latest cool tech that we're testing on socials everywhere at Tom's Guide, and you can follow me for a more behind the scenes look into our next project. Until the next one, I'll catch you later.